Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. In this session, I'll be covering how you can create cascaded drop-downs in Power Canvas app. So to start with, I'll go to PowerApps. I'll create a blank Power App and name it as, let's say, Cascaded Demo. Okay, so as you know, for building out any cascaded drop-down, so we would need two drop-downs. So I'll start creating or adding input controls via going insert section. I'll drop one drop down and I'll drop the second one too. So in this cascaded drop down demo, I'll be using data source as SharePoint List, and as you can see, we have sales list which is having region titles and the sales manager assigned to that region. So I'll just go back to my demo and we'll add up one label so that we can see what drop down is what. So this one is sales region, and we'll drop another label. So this one is sales manager. Alright, so now the next step, we need to bind it with one data source. So with Power Canvas app, you can have multiple data sources. You can bind it with the Excel, you can bind that with a CDS or any database. For demo, I'll be binding it to a SharePoint list, which I just showcased that you. I'll just go to view. You can see I'm clicking on data source. There in search, I'll search for SharePoint and add SharePoint. I'm choosing my SharePoint site. It started showing all the lists which are available, so I'll just scroll down and go to my sales list and connect it. So my data source is now available within my Power Canvas app. Now I'm selecting the first drop down, which is sales region, and I'll in the properties on the right hand side, I'll bind it to sales list. So if you see, once I bind it, it started taking the values over here because I did not set which field I would like to extract, so it's not showing it. So let me change that to title. So it has started showing me title, but these are duplicate titles which I am getting because my list is having multiple sales region and multiple sales manager assigned to it. So I'll go back to my Canvas app and I'll select my drop down, and what I'll change under the items, I'll change the formula. And as I said, I need distinct titles from sales list. I'll type the column name which I would like to extract. So now I'll start having or getting the distinct regions. Now you can see I'm getting distinct region. So in my SharePoint list, I have added one blank row as well. And why? Because I would need that blank item whenever nothing is selected, that should be shown up. But before that, I need to sort it out so that the blank thing can come up. So I am just using sort function, sorting by distinct sales list, title and results. So when I say results, it started taking the sorted value. So now you can see in my drop down one sales region, now I'm getting sorted values for it. Now the second part comes. So this is my sales manager list. Again, I have to bind this list to my sales list, and for that binding, I'll just directly start typing into my items formula, which should be filter my sales list where title equal to my selected value in drop down 1. So I'm selecting selected text dot value, which will give me value, and compare that value with existing title. So now I am running it. So in sales region I'm getting my sales list, and when I select any of region, it should show the data related to my sales manager. And why it's not showing? Because I am not extracting the column name for it. So let me just go back to my sales manager list, and in filtering what I would like to bind this value to, you can see in the right hand side there is value section. So I'll choose the column as sales manager. So if I run that back and let's say select a different region, now it had started showing me sales manager associated with that sales region. So if I change it, it keep on changing. If I am selecting nothing, then it's changed to selected as nothing for sales manager. But what I would need is, if a person is selecting nothing, then this field should be disabled. So we should not be allowing users to select anything from sales manager until unless sales region is selected. So how we can achieve that? We can just select sales manager, and in the right hand side, left hand side top, I'll go to display mode. So there is a property display mode, which by default is added because we are allowing person to update the fields over here. But right now I'll change it to display mode as disabled. So you can see now my field got disabled, but I would like to get this field disabled only if my selected dropdown one dot selected text dot value equal to blank, then this field. So I believe like it's not taking that double quotes, so I would need to change the value in my sales list. So I'm going back to my sales, that specific blank item, and I can change that to, let's say, dot dot. So if I just click on save and go to my Power App and refresh my data source so that the data value can be refreshed, I can just choose the dot dot instead of double quotes, because it's having difficult time comparing that. So it's fine. So we can keep dot dot instead of it. So now you can see I'm just going to run it. So let's say for the nothing is selected, the value in the sales manager would be disabled, and if I select something, it gets enabled. So that's how you can create a simple basic cascaded drop down, and you can actually like inherit or make it available at the multi-level as well. You can create 3-level or 4-level cascaded drop down as per your requirement. So it's a pretty standard scenario where in a complex form these are fields where we want something to be selected based on some different drop down. So it's could be very useful like going forward when you are building complex applications. So if you're looking for any further details, feel free to drop in comments, and also subscribe to the channel. Thank you.